Hello chess lovers, I have a fantastic game for you played by Mikhail Tal against Anthony Miles, who is the first Englishman to earn the Grandmaster title. The game was played on the 1st of January in 1982 in a German city, Porz. Let's see what presents did Mikhail Tal prepare for his opponent. Tal started with e4 and c6 by Miles, Caro-Kann defense, d4, d5, knight c3, d takes e4, knight takes e4. Now black has several options either to place the bishop on f5 or knight f6 or knight d7, but we see knight d7, this modern variation, or which is also called Karpov variation. The short goal of the knight development is that black wants to place the g knight on f6 and then recapture on f6 with the knight, not allowing a pawn damage on the king side. We see knight f3, knight f6, but Tal is not going to exchange the knights. He plays the knight on g3, e6, bishop d3, bishop e7, queen e2, and we see castling by both sides. b6, black is going to develop his last piece. c4, bishop b7, bishop f4, rook e8, rook d1. Later this rook is going to play a very important role in the game. c5, d takes c5 and b takes c5. It was better to capture on c5 with a bishop, though in this variation white can win a pawn. For example, white can play knight e5. If queen e7, moving away the queen from this dangerous d5, then knight takes d7. If knight takes d7, then bishop takes h7 check, followed by queen d3 check, forking the king and the knight. If king g8, then queen takes d7, and after the exchange on d7, bishop c6. Though white is a pawn up, but black has a strong bishop pair, black has a compensation, and of course this variation would have been better for black, but instead after d takes c5 we see b takes c5. Now comes knight e5 and a bad move by black, queen b6. It was very important to play g6. If bishop e4, then queen c8. And after the exchange on d7, queen f3, black can also exchange the bishops, though white has a strong attack, but black's position is solid. But instead after knight e5 we see queen b6, which allows Mikhail Tal to go for this beautiful tactical shot. Bishop takes h7 check. Miles accepted the sacrifice. Of course, capturing on h7 with a knight is better. If, for example, king takes h7, then rook takes d7 is destructive. If knight takes d7, then queen h5 check, king g8, queen takes f7 check, and then knight takes d7. If queen c6, both attacking the knight and threatening checkmate in one, then simply f3, and you can't even capture on d7 because of this bishop e5 move. If bishop f6, you are going to lose your queen, and you can't play rook g8 because of this queen h5 checkmate. Let's go back. That's why after bishop takes h7 check, we see knight takes h7. Here comes rook takes d7. The rook is penetrating the 7th rank. g6, the threat was queen h5. That's why we see g6 and a powerful move by Mikhail Tal, b4. According to the engine, knight h5 is stronger. If g takes h5, then this is just losing on the spot. If rook f8, then rook takes e7. If queen takes b2, then rook takes f7, and then black king will get checkmated. Or after knight h5, if rook d8, then queen d3 simply. If rook takes d7, then queen takes d7. Now the rook is under attack. If queen d8, then queen takes b7. And if you capture on h5, knight c6 is just winning. Let's go back. After g6, but Tal played another strong move, b4. Now here is the idea. If queen takes b4, then the queen is no longer covering the 6th rank and white can capture on g6. If f takes g6, then queen takes e6 check, and then rook takes e7 check. Black king is just getting checkmated. Let's quickly have a look at this checkmate. Or after b4, if c takes b4, then white can place the bishop on e3 with a tempo. If queen a5, then bishop h6, queen b6, again covering the e6 square. Then the other knight is coming, knight h5. If rook d8, then knight takes g6, f takes g6, queen e5, and again black is in trouble. Let's go back. That's why after b4 black didn't accept the sacrifice and played bishop c8. Here comes b takes c5, queen takes c5, knight e4, queen b6, queen f3, allowing black to capture on d7, but black of course didn't accept the sacrifice. If bishop takes d7, then bishop e3, both attacking the queen and also this pawn on f7. After queen f3, we see queen b2. At some point this queen can support black king. And now you can pause the video and try to find Mikhail Tal's next move. Ready? You haven't forgotten, right, that this game was played on the 1st of January and Mikhail Tal has a present for his opponent. By the way, in Armenian, Tal means to give. Now Tal is giving the first present. Knight takes f7. If you have a look at the position, right now the knight and the rook on d7 are hanging. Black didn't accept the sacrifice and played queen g7. Now if king takes f7, then this is simple. Bishop e5, discover check, black is going to lose the queen. Or after knight takes f7, if bishop takes d7, then simply bishop e5 again. The queen is under attack, and if you move your queen, then knight h6, checkmate. Let's go back. After knight takes f7, we see queen g7. Here comes knight h6 check, king h8, rook c7, and it turns out that black is now in zugzwang. White is now threatening bishop e5. If queen takes e5, oops, then knight f7 check. After rook c7, we see rook f8 covering the f7 square, and here Mikhail Tal gave the second present. Rook takes e7 and black resigned. If queen takes e7, here comes the dangerous bishop e5 check, queen g7. Instead of capturing on g7, white has actually stronger move, queen c7. If knight f6, then knight takes f6, queen h6, knight g4, discover check, it's over. This is a total destruction. If you liked this fantastic game by Mikhail Tal, don't forget to give the thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. More games are coming. Good luck.